believe that I'm special. But first of all, scientists tell us that every snowflake is different. It is different, if we can believe scientists these days. Anyway, I know that human beings are different. They're unique. They're special as well. And I'd like to tell you a little stories. Some 2 or 3, 4, 5. Anyway, it was a cold December night, winter, blowing snow. My mother, in 1936, was walking down the road. And she couldn't see very well, neither could anybody else because there was nobody there and it was dark. So anyway, all of a sudden, a voice spoke out of the wilderness in the darkness and said, "Move over." My mother, not being undone, did as she was told. She moved across the road to the right-hand side. Not 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes later, a car came around the road, down on her side of the road at a fast rate. When she looked back, she saw that the car had passed right over where she was walking. Well, if that had happened and she hadn't moved, I wouldn't be here to tell you about it. Fast forward, time I was 14, I'm walking down the road, going to my grandfather's farm, and I got a feeling that somebody's behind me. I turned around, and sure enough, there was a young man standing on the side of the road. He hadn't stood there before. I hadn't noticed him anyway. And so I turned around to him, and he was dressed in ordinary clothes, not a suit. But anyway, the only feature that I remember exactly about him was that he had the most vivacious or steely green eyes that I have ever seen. I turned to him and said, "No, not now." Turned around, went up the road. When I looked back, he wasn't there. Nobody was there. I don't know where he came from or where he went. Fast forward, 1967. I was in the Air Force by then, up on a radar base. And I'm driving out a winter morning again. It's snowing. And can't see too very much. But all of a sudden I heard, "Slow down." A voice out of nowhere. And I saw at the same time, just like a TV set, a picture of a logging truck coming around my side of the road, fully loaded. So I did. I slowed down. A few minutes later, sure enough, logging truck came around the corner, fully loaded, on my side of the road. And again, had I not slowed down, I wouldn't be here talking to you. 1967, that was. 1968, I'm out on my wife's summer camp for girls. And I'm the gopher for that summer camp. Go for this, go for that, go for everything. So this camp traditionally had a thing where the girls built boats, little wee boats about 4 to 6 inches long, and sailed them on the lake as a closing tradition. This time it was not going to happen. The wind had been blowing for 2 days. Nobody was getting out on the lake. So, me being me, walked down to the bottom of the lake, stood on the side, put up my hands and said, "Okay, guy, if you stop the wind, you got yourself a boy." Turned around, went back up the hill to the main cabin, and within 15 minutes, that lake was as still and clear and calm as glass. I don't know where that came from, but that's what happened. 1974, I'm in meditation in Syracuse, New York, now with my friend Mark. And all of a sudden, on the side of the meditation, I heard, I am that I am. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Well, scared the bejeebers out of me. And I come out of that meditation. I said to Mark, did you hear that? He said, no, what? And so I proceeded to tell him. My life changed. I did a whole bunch of other things that got me straight on the straight path. And so I'm saying to you now that things happen in your life and in my life. Each one of us is individual, each one of us is unique, and each one of us is special. Take the time to come beside these people, listen to their story, because it will amaze you, because 7 billion people in the world, and there are 7 billion stories. So, Mr. Chairman, over to you. Thank you very much.